Hello, my name is Umo. This is University of Pattern Drafting. So this tutorial is going to be on how to draft the pattern for this crop top with Dolman sleeves and Pallazo trousers. So first off, I'm starting with the crop top with Dolman sleeves. So to draft this pattern, you need to first have your crop top kimono pattern. So this is my crop top kimono pattern. My shoulder to navel measurement is 18 inches. Remember that this top has a band. So my band is going to be about 2.5 inches. Do you understand that? So subtract the band from my shoulder to navel measurement. That will give me 16 inches. Do you understand that? So the length of this crop top is 16 inches. And then remember that for the sleeves, the sleeve also has like a band that's about 3 inches. Do you understand that? So my mid shoulder to my wrist measurement is 32 inches. So I'll subtract that 3 inches. That is why I have 29 inches. Do you understand that? So let's get on to manipulating this pattern to create a Dolman sleeves crop top. So my neckline width will be 4 inches. This is my back pattern and my neckline depth is 1 inch. So 4 by 1 inches. Do you understand that? So also remember that this crop top has to have some form of opening at the back. Do you understand? So in cutting your pattern onto fabric, ensure that you include about 1 inch seam allowance for the zipper. Do you understand? 1 inch zipper allowance. So this is me cutting out my neckline, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on my front pattern. So this is my front pattern, the same 16 inches for now. So my neckline width is also 4 inches, while for the neckline depth, remember that the V neckline of the crop top in front stops just right above the band. Do you understand? So I'm just going to connect that to the bottom right of my pattern. Do you understand? So this is what the neckline looks like, just a very deep V neckline. So the shoulder width, my shoulder width is 8 inches. The shoulder width I'm using for this pattern is 8 inches. Do you understand? So bear that in mind. So now this is what my sleeve looks like. Do you understand? You can see how wide my kimono sleeve is. So this is my back pattern, and then I'm going to go upwards by 1 inch. Can you see that? I'm marking a point upwards 1 inch. I'm marking that point because the back shoulder to waist is shorter than the front shoulder to waist measurement. Do you understand? So if you've watched my pattern on my video on basic bodies, you would understand why I'm doing this. So I'm just cropping out 1 inch, and see, I slanted the line to ensure that it went back to the side seam. Do you understand? It's just like creating a slanted thingy at that point, so that when I join my front and my back pattern, it will still match at the side seam. I hope you understand that. However, at the center back, it will be shorter because your shoulder to waist at the back is shorter than your shoulder to waist in front. So I hope that is clear. So this is my front pattern. And then remember that our neckline width was 4 inches. So 4 inches, this is my front pattern. I remember I said the shoulder width was 7 inches. So mark where the shoulder width is, and then at the bottom of your kimono top, mark 1 inch. Can you see that? So mark 1 inch along that point, and then connect your 8 inches shoulder width to that 1 inch. Do you understand? We're going to use slash and spread method to create these Dolman sleeves. So can you see, this is what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and do the same for so mark upwards 1 inch, and then connect that to your shoulder tip, which is 8 inches. Do you understand that? So to understand how I drafted this kimono pattern, this crop top kimono pattern, please go ahead and follow the link in the description box to watch my video on how to draft a kimono pattern. So this is my 8-inch shoulder width. So I'm connecting that back to that 1 inch. Can you see that? So it's a slanted line, it's a diagonal line. So we're going to use slash and spread method as I mentioned earlier. So just get your paper scissors and slash from the bottom to your shoulder tip, but don't slash through. Do you understand? Slash through but not through. Can you see that? So you can open it as wide as you want. I'm going to be using about 9 inches. So that's about 9 inches. I'm going to be using about 9 inches. Do you understand? And I'll paste my fresh pattern paper, and I'm using newspaper in this case just so that I don't waste much pattern paper. You can use, depending on how full you want your Dolman sleeves to be, you can use 12 inches, you can use 5 inches, just depending on what you're trying to create. So this is what it looks like for now. You can look and you can see that it's already looking good. So now go ahead and blend that your shoulder tip. Do you understand? It's better to use a French curve to blend this. Blend your shoulder tip because you can't have that kind of depression on. Do you understand? It's almost like creating a valley, so you have to blend it out. So look at the way I'm blending it with my French curve. Can you see that? So after blending this, we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom part. So I'm going to extend my newspaper. I'm going to add more newspaper to that bottom area just so that we can create what we need to create. So go ahead with your paper tape and then gum through. So I hope this tutorial is clear. You really need to see how I drafted the pattern for the kimono, so please go ahead and watch my video on how to draft a kimono pattern. And bear in mind that the kimono pattern I drafted is a blouse. However, this is a crop top, so all you need to do is cut it to the length that you need. Do you understand? So okay, so after that, go ahead and then watch what I'm going to do next actually. So remember that the fullness of this Dolman sleeve starts. So I'm going to use my, watch what I'm going to do. So can you see how I'm connecting both points? Can you see that? And then remember the fullness starts right after your band. Do you understand that? So go ahead and connect that to your band. Can you see that? If you notice, it is full, like the sleeves are full even right from after the band. So this is why we're creating it this way. Do you understand? So this is what it is going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and cut along that line. So can you see that? Cut along that line and crop off that point too. Can you see we've created a Dolman sleeves? Can you see how it is already looking smooth and nice? Then cut along the shoulder area that you blended and then cut out your neckline. Do you understand? So this is what our crop top with Dolman sleeves is going to look like. If this was fabric, you would have already started seeing the fold. So remember, this is the back. When you're cutting on fabric, include your zipper allowance. Do you understand? Which could be 1 inch, 1.5, depending on what you're going to be doing. And then I'm also going to show you how to stitch. So we're going to go ahead and create the same thing for the front. So to create the same thing for the front, so I'm going ahead to align it the way that align the shoulders. Do you understand? And then I'm going to crop along that diagonal line that we created earlier. Do you understand that? So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want the front and the back to be the exact same thing. Do you understand that? So this is, I'm going to crop along that line. Do you understand that part? And then I'm going to just sellotape along that line. Do you understand that? So I'm cropping it out completely. Can you see that? So it aligns properly. You can see that. So when I'm cutting the front, I'll just fold in that back. Do you understand? I'll fold in that back and then cut my front. Do you understand? Remember that it's to be cut on fold. Do you understand that part? So I'm going to just sellotape it. Can you see that? So when I'm cutting out my front, I'll just fold the back in. The essence of doing it this way is just so that both front and back bodies and sleeves and everything are the exact same thing, aside from the zipper allowance. Do you understand that part? And then when I want to cut out the front, cut out the back, I'll take out the front and then do what I need to do. Do you understand that? So this is basically what the pattern looks like. So I'm just going to show you how to stitch this together. So to stitch this, so this now looks like I have gone ahead to pleat my sleeve area. Can you see that? And then I've cut out my band for my sleeve, which is about 3 inches. Do you understand? So that portion is on fold, and then the other side too is on fold. Do you understand? So this is on fold, that portion is on fold, and then the other portion too is on fold. So this is what it looks like. Do you understand that? So you've created a bit of gathers at that portion. Then this is the band area. Can you see the band? The band too is about 3 inches. Do you understand? So the band is the actual width of your waist. Do you understand? So you can see how it is. Can you see that? So that portion of the band is also to be cut on fold. Do you understand? For the front, and then for the back is to be split into two. You know how this goes. So that's, so as for the stitching, when you want to stitch, this is 3 inches. I'm just trying to show you that this is three. Can you see that? So that is how your band is going to be. However, for this other portions, and that is where your sleeve band is going to be. So all of these portions from after the sleeve, from after the band, sew it up, just close it up. Can you see, up to that point? Do you understand? Then after that point, that's when you now attach the band. Do you understand? I hope this is really clear. So that's basically what the stitching thing is going to look like. And then you go ahead and connect the sleeve to the band of the sleeve. Do you understand? So can you see that this is folded into two? Can you see? So that is on fold, and then this portion too is also on fold. Can you see that? So I hope this is clear. And then notice this portion too is also on fold. So you're going to fold it into two like this, iron, and then stitch it to your blouse. Do you understand? So that's basically what the crop top looks like, and I hope you have enjoyed this class. Ciao guys.